Stay standing if you'd like for one big family. All right, ladies, here we go.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we got to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
All right, Jamie, let me hear you.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
All right, now we take our time to greet our neighbor next to us and say good morning. Let them know how you're doing. Check in with everyone here.
We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Let's take it to the bridge.
Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey,
All right, let's break it down.
everybody, get up on your feet.
Let me hear you.
See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Hey, hey,
All right, thank you all.
Oh my gosh. She turned me off. Wow, that was wonderful. Thank you, Songbirds. Thank you so much. Gosh, it just kind of moved me to sing you all. You're just so bright-faced this morning, and I see so much light out here. And when I was in kindergarten, we used to say, good morning to you, good morning to you. We're all in our places with sunshiny faces. This is the way we start a new day. Yes, this is the way to come here this morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Capistrano Valley in beautiful San Clemente. So delighted that you're here today. My name is Judy Chapman, and I am your assistant minister. And I'm just here to tell you that you are welcome here, that we are a trans-denominational center. Sounds kind of confusing, but all it means is that whoever you are, whatever path you're on, wherever you've been, wherever you're going, you're welcome here. You're welcome here, and we embrace you. We believe in diversity, we believe in equality, and we believe in you. So we're going to start this service this morning, as we do every single Sunday, with the flames of faith. We perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence that we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao. honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and the practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring that Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and the path of peace. We light the candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as practitioner Kathy Story lights that last candle, let it represent the path that brought you to this center this morning. And now please join me for 2 minutes of sacred silence.
Please join me in prayer. As we go within, I know there's only one thing ever going on. It is God, God, and only God. For that Spirit is all-knowing, all-powerful, everywhere present. It is in, as, and through all of its creation. And so I know that we are here by divine purpose today. We are here to be together in community, to learn together as a community, to have that experience of that love. For we bring who we are. And since we come from love, we are love, we are loving, and we are lovable. And we are here to celebrate in community today. The doctors in the house. We have the #1 practitioner of the world with us, Pam. I mean, it keeps getting greater and greater and greater. So I know this day unfolds perfectly. I know that there is wisdom and laughter and light and love here for everyone. And I give great thanks for the music that touches the soul. and the message that opens our minds and our hearts. For we just frolic here today. And I'm so grateful for this time together, so grateful for this teaching for us. And I simply release this living word into the law, knowing it is done. And if you are in agreement, please join me in saying, and so it is. And now we're going to do the invocation. I'm sorry, we're going to do the global vision. Please join me. We see a world that works for all, where humanity awakens to spiritual magnificence, where forgiveness is the norm, where resources are valued, cared for, and shared, and where there is peace, harmony, and justice for all. And today's affirmation, say it like you mean it. Fear is temporary, and my connection to spirit is permanent. And so it is.
Thank you, Kathy. Oh, it's my great joy and delight to bring to the platform once again Chelsea and Derek.
Thank you all. Good morning. We're so happy to be here, and I'm happy to have my husband playing with me as well. This first tune is called Carried Me With You, and it's for that person, that spirit, that source that is always there for us no matter what. You're the soul who understands the scars that made me who I am, and through the drifting sands of time, well, I got your back and you got mine. If you bear a heavy load, well, I'll be your wheels, I'll be the road. I'll see us through the thick and thin, for love and loss until the end. 'Cause you carry me with you, from the highest of the peaks to the darkness of the blue. I was just too blind to see, like a lighthouse in a storm, you were always guiding me. Yeah, it's true. Oh, you carry me with you. From the day it all began, yeah, you were there, you took my hand. And when I hurt a bit too deep, you watched me as I fell asleep. And when my head was in the clouds, you were there to pull me out. You picked my feet up off the ground and showed me love was all around. Yeah, you carried me with you, from the highest of the peaks to the darkness of the blue. I was just too blind to see, but like a lighthouse in a storm, you were always guiding me. Yeah, it's true. You carry me with you. Oh, we'll be sitting on the world together, watching as the days turn into night. We can always brave the stormy weather, and we're never giving up without a fight. If you should ever bear a heavy load, well, I'll be your wheels, I'll be the road. I'll see us through the thick and thin, for love and loss until the end. 'Cause you carry me with you, from the highest of the peaks to the darkness of the blue. I was just too blind to see, but like a lighthouse in a storm, you were always guiding me. Yeah, it's true. You carried me with you. Oh, you carried me
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick announcement. Our own Kay Allen and her man Gabriel have welcomed into this world their baby son, Avery, born at 9:04 a.m. this morning, 7 pounds and 1 ounce. And now, for the first time ever on this platform and forevermore, please welcome, if you will, Reverend Dr. Alice Reed.
Thank you so much. It was a real honor to receive a Doctor of Divinity from our global organization, Centers for Spiritual Living. I'm still trying to get my head wrapped around it, and I'm truly humbled by the distinction. And you heard we have a new member. It's the Allen crowd, so of course, it's born on a Sunday morning. Little Avery joined us. And one of our family members left us this week. He hasn't been a member of our community for a couple of years, but I think he holds a special place in our heart. And so we said goodbye to Aiden Greeny this week, who made his transition. So we have things to celebrate, we have things to mourn, and isn't that just life? That is indeed just life as we move through this existence of ours, through this philosophy that is life-affirming. So this last Sunday, we've decided to dedicate this, and some of you might have little pieces of paper, and you're like, what? We have been wanting to hear from you. We've been talking about divine discomfort. You know, if you've been reading the Science of Mind guides, that's really different than what you're used to reading in the Science of Mind. If there is something that's on your heart, a question that you have about our philosophy, a question that you have about spirituality in general or our community, our ministers are going to hold a panel, and we're happy to answer your questions. And so I want to bring up to the platform, Karen was going to join us as well, Reverend Karen Allen, but unfortunately, or fortunately, she's welcoming little Avery into the world and supporting Kay. So I'd like to invite up to the platform Reverend Carla, Reverend Judy, and Reverend Arpad. And we're going to pull our chairs up. And in the meantime, if you have a question, forgive the voice from the back here. If you have a question or, thank you, love. If you have a question, comment, raise your hand, and our ushers are ready to grab them, take them from you, and they'll bring them up here, and we'll be happy to support you in your curiosity. Remember, we were talking about curiosity a couple months back. And so we want to satisfy that. We have one?
Well, while we're waiting, I have a question. So we have done this over the years at our center, years and years. At least once a year we have a question and answer. And my beloved dad, Roy Dixon, he was always the one to say, I have a question. Do we believe in reincarnation?
Well, actually, in the 1926 version of the Science of Mind textbook, Ernest Holmes gets very mystical. He talks about psychicness. He talks about sex. And in the latest version of the Science of Mind textbook, I believe Ernest Holmes says very clearly that he believes we have one existence, but he talks about its nature as being permanent. So he doesn't say we don't believe in reincarnation, but he doesn't say we do believe it as the Buddhists do. And isn't that Ernest's way?
Just so you know, he never got an answer. Every year he asked that question. But a better question is, do you believe in reincarnation? You know, this is our philosophy, this is our teaching, but we say we are open to all possibilities, all religious thoughts. So do you guys believe in reincarnation? Do you think that there is something more than what you are, and that what you are needs a second go around?
So what's wonderful about the Science of Mind philosophy and at this center and centers like ours is we don't tell you what to believe. We give you the tools, the spiritual tools, and then you get to make up your own mind. So I've made up my mind, and yes, I believe in reincarnation.
Very good. Very good. Do you have anything to add, or shall we go to the next question? All right, great. We have some more. Boy, they're coming up. What is the one mind, with quotes? The one mind. You wanna?
Well, we talk about the one mind all the time, don't we? Because we believe that there is an oversoul that is the mind, and that that mind thinks through each one of us as individualized expressions of it. So we have the one divine mind, and we all have access to this beautiful, beautiful mind of God.
Did you two want to add anything to that? Let's have one more comment, and then we'll go to the next question.
One what? One mind, one consciousness, one spirit, one God, one universe, one individualized creative expression known as you, allowing spirit to recognize and grow because of your experience. That's, to me, one mind.
I have something funny to say about the one mind. So I was on a train ride down to the racetrack many years ago with several ministers, and there was a rowdy group of people. They had been having party time, and were quite obnoxious. And I had two of the ministers turn to me and said, "Judy, are you sure there's only one of us?" So it was kind of funny. I said, "Yes, only one, individualized."
And so the next question kind of feeds into that, so we can kind of dive a little deeper. The inquirer asks, does everlasting life exist? If yes, then our transition over, would it not be going home to the divine? I'm going to start. And I'm going to say that one of the movements that I've had to do with my own mind is the thought that I have to go move my mind anywhere, or I have to move my consciousness anywhere, where in fact we are all one. We are always with God, so that we are home with the divine right here in this moment, sitting here in this now moment, and we are home with the divine when we transition, and we are home with the divine when we give birth, and we are home with the divine every other moment. And we forget that, don't we? We forget that we are one with spirit in everything we do.
Jalaluddin Rumi, the 13th century Sufi poet, says we are tasting the taste this minute of eternity. Every minute, this minute. And Ram Dass, his famous saying is, we are walking each other home. So we're already there.
I want to go to this next question. Do we believe in karma in any way?
Karma? How can you not believe in karma? What you do, you bring back to you. What you believe multiplies.
You can stop with the questions.
I mean, think about it. How many times you go down this path and you're getting more of the same of what you believe, and your life's gone to hell in a handbag, or it's gone in the opposite direction. To me, that's karma. It's not conscious. It's not like a religious thought. It's just the way the universe works. You know, what you believe to be true manifests, period, whether you believe it or not.
You know, it's funny, a lot of people get upset about things and they like to keep score. And, you know, in our philosophy, we believe that, you know, what we're thinking and what we do in our actions, we all reap whatever that repercussion is. So the universe is the one that is looking out for all of us. We need not worry about what's going on with any other individual but ourselves.
There's another related question, which I don't think we'll answer from the panel because it's been answered, and if your question hasn't been answered, what are your thoughts on near-death experiences? Do you find them strong evidence for a spiritual realm? And I would say that in everything that we've just discussed, I find it to be very true. I think many of us ministers who have been counseling others or supporting people as they transition, there is something energetic that happens when somebody leaves this earthly plane and leaves their body behind. And I think many of us have had some kind of experience with that in our roles as ministers, and it does give strong evidence to that.
Something I heard a long time ago, because we have a lot of near-death experience stories, and people come back and talk about that. And something that just made sense to me is, as you're going down this tunnel, whatever it is, what you believe about your life all comes manifest in that moment. And then there's something else. And no one has ever come back from the something else to return to this world. So what you believe again is what happens in that moment that we all read about, in that tunnel of light or vision, is what you personally believe to be true for you. And then for me, then there's the something else.
So hold on to that for a minute, because you know, our topic this month has been divine discomfort, and here's a question for each minister. What did you think of this monthly topic? They want to know.
They do. You know, that was my question. I had a hard time with the topic, you know. It's like, why am I talking about this? You know, but I became divinely uncomfortable preparing for it. I guess there was something to it, and it just unfolded the way it is. So, you know, we come on Sunday just for the glory and the joy, but we also have to come on a Sunday to get in touch with the things that hurt and don't feel good. And this presence, this church, this philosophy, these ministers are all here as a tool for you along your way to make change, good or bad.
I was uncomfortable. Made me very uncomfortable, divinely uncomfortable. Yeah, I had to push through it, you know. And then, you know, that's life, though. You know, when you pain pushes you through it, your talk, and then when you spoke about the divine discomfort, I like to come here on Sunday morning, and I like to read my stuff, and I always like to feel high because of it and get lifted up. And this, I thought, well, this is going to be a downer. So, but anyway, it wasn't. I gleaned a lot of wisdom and a lot of understanding, and had this past month, there's been several ups and downs with some of my clients and people I know. Lots of joy, lots of sadness. So that's life. That's life. And sometimes, darn it, it's uncomfortable. And we move through and we continue on, always continuing on.
You know, I think discomfort is something that none of us are really at home with. But what I love about this philosophy is that we don't deny that we're having human experiences all the time. It gives us tools to work through all of that, all of the inertia in our lives. And I think that we have this opportunity to really embody who we are as human beings and this philosophy and move through what we need to for no matter where each one of us is.
I've got a question for you guys. What'd you think? I mean, loved it. Refreshing. Loved it. Do it again? What?
We will.
All right.
We will. I haven't, I had 2 Sundays to tell you what I thought about this topic. And then I had a whole week in South Carolina to look at things that have in the past made us uncomfortable. We spent a week in Charleston, South Carolina, where the slave trade really, where most of the enslaved individuals from Africa came into this country. And so we celebrated Black history, and we gave voice to, I would say, I'll call it a pain body of the African Americans in this country whose history has been buried because it's too painful. It's too painful for, regardless of the color of your skin, the history in this country of slavery is too painful for us to own. It's very easy to put it aside. And so I felt like the daily guides gave me a greater depth and understanding of what that felt like. And I felt like Dr. Andriette, who also spoke at the conference for a little bit, gave us a sense of what it feels like to carry that around and to live in this philosophy regardless of that pain body. And actually how it changed her and how it changed the heroes that she spoke about, how they rose up into their magnificence and spoke their truth in times when it was not okay to do so. So for me, I loved this theme, and it's actually I'm gonna take this into the next question. Is since we create from subconscious and conscious thought, how do I clean my subconscious? And for me, you have to name it before you can heal it. So maybe there are people in this room who have a different experience with what I'll call the things in the subconscious that are unhealthy. I have to bring them up, look them in the eye, and then and treat myself with love, and then they dissolve. That's how I deal with the things in my subconscious that are not for my best and highest good, or the best and highest good for other people. I do a lot of what I call shadow work. Not as much as before, because I tend to own it as soon as it comes up. And I'm willing to do that because transparency is a glorious place to reside. And when we have things in our subconscious that are unhealthy, it's to be clear and to see them for what they are is really important. I'm going to add one more thing, and I'm going to pass it to the rest of my peers here. We need to be careful not to villainize or blame somebody because they get cancer, or because somebody they love died, or because they've experienced some other tragedy. There are 4 ways that we create. We either promote it, we create it, we allow it, or we step in it. And when we step in it, we have another opportunity to create, promote, or allow. And so the things that happen to us are not because we're bad religious scientists or we have a dirty consciousness. Sometimes they just happen. And there's no meaning at all, except the meaning you are given an opportunity to make of them.
Subconscious is a big topic, isn't it? You know, I think one of the things that we really focus on when we're teaching the first year is just taking some time to sit back and listen to ourselves. Listen to the thoughts that are creeping through us, and really take an inventory of, is that really my thought, or is that coming from somewhere else? And really dialoguing with that, because there is a truth that rises above each one of those creeping thoughts that come in. So I'd invite each one of us to do that, because there's a lot of set in subliminal, deep conscious, subconscious things in our minds that we aren't aware of, but they're really directing how our lives turn out.
When I first went to college, all alone, away from home, you start to grow up very quickly. And I realized my conversation with the people around me is I didn't know how I felt about a topic until it came out of my mouth. And I go, oh, I believe that? I think that way? Because what you're told is one thing. What you say out loud and you hear it is something else. And I don't know, it was interesting just to make the connection that I was either more of this or less of that or greater or whatever it was. By hearing out loud, it got my attention. And that's all I got to say.
If I react to somebody or something I hear with judgment, anger, or resentment, then I know there's something within me that needs to be brought into the light. And it's something that's in my consciousness, maybe don't even know it's there, but if I am reacting to those three different things, then it is there. So that's when I go into meditation or go into prayer to bring whatever issue that is, whatever made me feel that way, to the light of truth. And only when something comes up to the light of truth can it be healed. We push things down for years because we don't want to touch it and we don't want to see it. But it's there, and we have to bring it up so we're transparent. Yes, absolutely. So and that's why we have practitioners to help us along that way to see the truth for us.
And that's why we have classes, and that's why we have our our friendship circles, and that's why you come here on Sunday morning, and that's why you have prayer partners, because say that again?
And shifting sands.
And shifting sands and book study. These are all opportunities for us to see ourselves, right? Because oftentimes we're looking at life through our lens, but we don't use a mirror to see ourselves in that. And so this philosophy and all the tools that we have give us the opportunity not only to see ourselves, but to see how we are behaving out in the world. There are two questions here that I think we're addressing in this. One was about the mourning for people that are affected by war. Isn't this the 2-year anniversary of the war in Ukraine? Today, actually. And then one about being overwhelmed with ill health. Those are the things that we have to deal with. Those are the things that we move through. Those are the things that we have an opportunity to deal with. I'm going to phrase it this way, and I haven't seen it this way. I'm starting to see it this way. I have been blessed with chronic sciatica pain. And the reason I say I've been blessed with it, it's been about 5 years, and around 3.5 years, I'm like, damn, like, what the hell's in my consciousness? I went that thing of blaming and shaming myself, and I try all kinds of things outside of myself, and I'm still working with it. But the reason I feel like it's a blessing is because I would not know what it's like to deal with a chronic health issue unless I had the experience. And now I have greater compassion. And now I have a different outlook, and now I have a different perspective. And and I can look at how I choose to walk through it, right? Do I choose to walk through it with a You know, looking at, I choose to hold it as something temporary, even though it's been 5 years. And I know that it is, you know, well, I'm not going to gauge your health thing against my health thing. I'm going to say that there's always an opportunity for us to find support, to look at ways where we can support ourselves. I think a lot of my pain has to do with lack of self-love and self-care. You know, that's where I keep coming back to. And so I have a greater opportunity to love myself and care for myself. And I don't know what the jewel is when you're suffering, but I do know that there's always a jewel there for us as we choose to be open-minded and move through it. I don't know if you have anything else you want to add to that. There are a couple of personal questions. What path brought you to the ministry? And if that's probably longer than a short answer, but maybe if there's a short answer, you can.
I have a short answer. I said yes. I went to a church, Dr. Jackie's church. You've heard this many times before. I feel like I'm home. My daughter had a place to ground herself in spirituality. And then a class came along, and then the class voted me the speaker, Mr. Shy Guy, me the speaker, to talk about the class on graduation. Then I said yes to another class. Then I said yes to another class. Then I said yes to another class. And now I'm a practitioner. And I got to stop saying yes. And then I became a minister twice. So I don't know. I said yes.
Oh, yeah, same thing. Started taking classes, loved the classes, had to be in class all year long, had to be in class, kept going on, and Dr. Jackie was my practitioner, and then she said, oh, you're going to be a great minister, and I laughed at her, and then she left in '99, and Dr. Heather came, and I said, well, what other classes can I take? Ministerial training. I said, oh, no, I don't want to be a minister. Go ahead. I'll just do the training. It'll be fun, you know? So did that, did the panel, did the interviews, became a minister 20 years ago. Never regretted it, but because of what the Science of Mind philosophy and the center did for me personally in my life was magnificent. Showed me a way to live that is beautiful, and I thought how lovely it would be to share that with other people. So that's why.
Well, I had no idea. But our stories are all similar because what we were talking about in our, I think the first talk this month is that vision pulls. And it pulls and it pulls. And it knows the direction that it's taking us in, even when we don't know that direction. And we are willing to step up and say, yes, everything changes. Absolutely everything.
My path for ministry, I say this tongue-in-cheek, but I really mean it. It's been remedial. And what I mean by that is that I struggled with making the time for my spiritual growth. I struggled with not, you know, I'm a doer, and if you give me a project, boy, I'll sink my teeth into it, and I'll do, and I'll do, and I'll do, and I'll do, and I'll do. And what this philosophy teaches us is how to be. And so it was remedial for me. If I was to become a practitioner, that would mean that I'm committing to a daily spiritual practice. If I become a practitioner, I'm committed to praying and raising others up. And then when you get into ministry, you're making even bigger commitment that you're going to stay on your growing edge. Like, we didn't go to ministry school and then we were, check that box, I'm done. No, it keeps us on our growing edge. It gives us tools, and there's a vow of some sort, a vow to be a constant growing and evolving expression of God, and to share that opportunity with others. And so that's just a beautiful, I mean, when I was ordained, I remember they asking me why, why I wanted to be a minister. And I said, it's the best job in the world. You get to love people unconditionally. That's just beautiful. That's just beautiful.
I just have to share this one story. In practitioner school, okay, we had to prove demonstrations, be a practitioner, okay? So you had to do your thing. And my wife says to me, wait a minute, let me get this straight. The Catholic Church requires 2 demonstrations for sainthood, and you need 3?
Let's thank our panel for this wonderful morning of answering your questions. Thank you so much. We're going to move these chairs to the side. I had one question that's personal to me that I thought I would answer before and then I'll pray us, do a closing prayer. What does a doctorate of divinity mean? And what did you do to complete this goal? You can't sign up for a Doctor of Divinity. You can't sign up for a bunch of classes. It's not like an academic doctorate. We being Centers for Spiritual Living, our global movement, gives doctorates to individuals who have been in high service to our organization, who have been in high service to promoting the science of mind worldwide, who have been in high service to the internal movement of Centers for Spiritual Living. And so I was nominated and then selected by a committee who looks for individuals who are all in and really give a lot to promote our movement. And so I'm really humbled to be recognized by my peers with this honor of a Doctorate of Divinity. And there's a certificate that says it a little more professionally if you want to read it. That's in my office. But now let's go ahead and just do a brief prayer. Just take that brief breath in and out, knowing that we are present in this now moment, that the movement of mind and heart is the movement of God, it's the movement of spirit, it's the movement of principle through our lives. So as we continue on this pathway of living this philosophy of the religious science and the Centers for Spiritual Living, what I know for each one is that we stay curious. We continue to ask questions. We continue to dig deep. We continue to create that safe space for us to allow ourselves to open up to a greater good that wants to express itself by means of our life. And I know that movement of spirit, that movement of love and compassion that moves through us individually goes out into the world and lifts others up so that we have these beautiful concentric circles everywhere. Each individual here and listening to the sound of my voice or in this sanctuary is a center of peace. And so I claim right now that peace moves outward into the world and that we are indeed a blessing to ourselves, to our family, to our community, to our state, to our country, and to our world. It is the gift that keeps on giving. So we say thank you in gratitude for all that we are and for all that we give. And so it is. And so it is time to bring our guest musicians up and our band. Thank you so much. I need to do a little cleanup here, sorry.
This second song is right along what we were all just speaking about and what we both think and is one of the most beautiful things in the world is love. And of course, love can mean so many different things to so many of us. So I hope you enjoy this message. This is called Love Never Fails.
not proud. Love does not boast. Love, after all, matters most. And love does not run. Love does not hide. Love does not keep locked inside. Love is the river that flows through. Love never fails you. Love will sustain. Love will provide. Love will not cease at the end of time. Love will protect. Love always hopes. Love still believes when you don't. And love is the arms that are holding you. Love never fails you. When my heart won't make a sound, when I can't turn back around, when the sky is falling down, nothing is greater than this, greater than this. Love is right here. Love is alive. Love is the way, the truth, the light. And love is the river that flows through. Love is the arms that are holding you. And love is the place we can fly to. Love never fails you.
Oh, that was absolutely beautiful. Let's give them another hand. So wonderful to see you here again. Thank you. And thank you to our fabulous band, David, Lou, Ed, and John Henry. We love you. You're the best. You're the absolute best. And what about those songbirds? Wow, just singing their hearts out. They're just, when I come here on Sunday morning and they're up there singing those songs, no matter what is it going on, I am lifted up because they're just beautiful. So, so grateful. It's time for our conscious committed giving. If my stewards would please come forward. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is one of the most powerful spiritual practices that you can do. I learned this like 25 years ago. What you give, you receive tenfold, 1,000-fold back. So if this is your Sunday to give, bless you. If it's not your Sunday to give, then there's a blessing card. And please put this in the basket. It says, in deep gratitude for all of my blessings, I place this card in the basket. I ask that these offerings be blessed, appreciated, and multiplied. It is my honor to give my blessing in this way. Thank you, God, universe, spirit. So let us say our affirmation together. My offering is my acceptance of God as the source of my supply, and it symbolizes my faith in the abundant flow of this supply.
As always, feel free to sing along with us.
Blessed always, blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Blessed always, for the arms of God surround us. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen.
As these gifts go out into our community, let us know that they touch each and every person that receives them. It touches them with blessings, with abundance, and with love. Thank you. Thank you. If you're a guest here for the first time, we have a gift for you. So I have met several of you this morning. So raise your hand and someone will bring you this beautiful bag. And in it there is a coupon, and you take it into the bookstore, and you have a gift, which is a book. And very good. Let us welcome our guests this morning. I'm glad you're here. Glad you are here. I know you enjoyed the service. I know you did. We have practitioners. You've heard of us talk about them this morning. These practitioners are trained in the art and science of affirmative prayer. Jill Burnett is one of them this morning, and she is holding the consciousness, holding the high watch for us the entire service. What that means is she has been praying for each and every one of us for an open mind, an open heart, so that we can receive the message this morning. So Jill Burnett is one of them. Kathy Story, who did the opening prayer, is one. And then Tony Sparks, if you'll stand, please. They're in the back counting. So, okay. And doing hospitality and doing multiple different things. So let us give our practitioners a hand. You know, it takes a village. So everyone who has been a volunteer or part of this service for this month, I would like you to stand so we can acknowledge all that you do for all of us all the time. Thank you. Thank you so very much. So very much. And now it is my joy to invite Clark Wilson.
If nominated, I will not run. If elected, I will not serve. A Conscious Connection will meet today after the service in the small classroom halfway down the hall on the other side of the building, so that's where you need to go. Adult Sunday School is back in session today. Class starts at 12:30 in the multi-purpose classroom with session 5 of the 12-week series on rescuing Jesus from fundamentalism. Please feel free to bring your lunch with you. Meditation class with Christian Steele now meets every Wednesday evening in the multi-purpose classroom from 6:30 until 8 p.m. Now this Friday is game night. Come at 5 o'clock for a card game called Five Crowns, and come at 7 o'clock for Mexican trained dominoes. The $5,000 buy-in is waived for this week. come at 5 for cards and stick around for dominoes, and do please bring a snack that is fit to share with everyone else. We will break bread again Sunday, the 1st, and it's the first Sunday of the month, potluck, so please bring a dish that is fit for a king or queen. Please plan to be here for our annual membership meeting, which will be after the Sunday service on March 17th. You may remember from last Sunday that we were unable to show the slide, this slide, while talking about this fun couple. The Reverends Melissa Felipe and Z. Egloff visited us last year. They also recorded the meditation video used by Reverend Arpad last week. They are extremely creative and entertaining teachers of spiritual truths. They will be here again on Sunday, April 20th, to present a workshop called the Enneagram Experience. Did I say that correctly? Saturday. Saturday? What did I say? Sunday. I said Sunday. Okay. And it's Enneagram. No further proof we need that I'm an idiot. More information about the workshop will follow. But for now, please mark your calendar for April 20th, the Saturday. We offer several opportunities throughout the week to connect with like-minded people for mutual learning and fellowship. That's book study on Wednesday mornings, 9 to 10:30 via Zoom. Shifting Sands in person on Zoom on Thursdays at 10:30. Coming Home, Awakening to Spirit, Friday mornings at 8 a.m. on Zoom. You can pick up one of these colorful brochures in the lobby for specifics about these groups and other activities, or you can go to our website at cslcv.org and see that extremely creative and wonderfully informational pop-up video. And now please do stand and sing.
Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a brand new start. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a change in my heart. Everything I need, I now receive, and it's done unto me as I believe. Right here, right now, where I am. Take it up. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a brand new start. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a change in my heart. Everything I need, I now receive, and it's done unto me as I believe. Right here, right now, where I am. Last time. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a brand new start. Right here, right now, I'm gonna make a change in my heart. Everything I need, I now receive, and it's done unto me as I believe. Right here, right now, where I am. Right here, right now, where I am. One more time. Right here, right now, where I am.
Right now, right here where I am, I have everything I need to be God-informed, and so it is.